today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes. On first down, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
It's second and inches at the 35-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the
right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
Tyreek Hill. That's a gain of 6.
That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about it.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
Patrick Mahomes sacked.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. Ground. This is Joe Mixon, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tackle made at the...
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Number 14.
So, Charles, we're getting towards the home stretch of the season. And this veteran wideout, I mean, let's be honest, very much in the home stretch of his career. And right now, less targets, less catches than he's used to. And now his team, very much the good news for him, in the hunt for a postseason berth.
Yeah, let's just stick with the team, because if you'd asked me earlier in the season, I wouldn't have thought this team had much of a shot at all. Remember, I pretty much tapped them out in terms of trying to make it to the playoffs. But, boy, they found a groove in their passing game. And let's face it, even with fewer looks, he started to make some big plays again. I know he hasn't talked about his plans beyond this season, no matter how many times we ask him. But if this is it, what a way to go out.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. Brushing off defenders, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. We're scoreless after one. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. His throw caught at about the 5. And all 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. They'll give it to Mixon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get it.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And the Raven first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Here's a run with Mixon. Wiggles free. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there. So I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running?
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will extend their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
But I think the smart approach is...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. This time they stay on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Harrison Butker.
The Bengals still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5. Looking middle, and that's complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as the Ravens push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gay is on for the point after. And it is now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now Edwards-Helaire. They find some open field here. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ball at the 23, second and 8. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
41-yard gain.
A big-time third down play for the Ravens. 41 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He's tackled at the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
On second down. Complete to number 14.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 5 yards.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Incomplete. Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Good. We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Mahomes on target there to Hill. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Mahomes sacked.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Open man is Hill. He's got it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got Hardman in the end. Kansas City. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards on the play.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down.
Good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Returning it, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Kansas City.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Looking for Hill again. This time it's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and no.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wondered maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's good for a Kansas City
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Being the veteran voice in the room, Coach wanted me to set the tone, so it was time for me to give a pregame speech for the ages. To say it was an emotional moment would be an enormous understatement, but I managed to keep it together as we headed for the tunnel. And then I went out for the final game of my pro football career.
Tonight, it's the National Football League. Super Bowl 62. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Chicago Bears.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions, the Chicago Bears. It has been a tumultuous 2 weeks, but it is finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 62. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller. first down. Milton. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. So they get the completion, that's good, but Charles, probably not good to get hit on the first play of the game.
No coaching staff ever wants their quarterback hit on any passing play, especially to start the game. What you're hoping is you have one.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch in his Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Speaking of this veteran wideout, Charles, we have to get to a bit of news here on Super Bowl Sunday. Already plenty of storylines coming into this one, but there have been rumors all season long that this might be it for him. And now we get word that reports are swirling that he confirmed to the team in the locker room in the run-up to kickoff that this is indeed going to be his final game, his last ride.
And what's interesting to me about it is that you and I know we were locked in getting ready for this game. Your spotter actually came in and told us that this was the rumor, and we had to run it down, call our insider, and find out, indeed, this is true. Kind of reminiscent of Jerome Bettis, Peyton Manning, their final games, going out with Super Bowl titles. He wants to go out exactly like that, and he's got a chance to do it here tonight.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Lead at 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's picked up by the Ravens. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And this is caught at the end. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 19 yards away, as the Ravens push further out in front.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they?
go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, two-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. It's a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands, though. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Recovered by the Ravens.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. You know, we have followed this veteran wideout story all season long, Charles, and there's no doubt he's going to have his bust in Canton in the near future unless they move the Hall of Fame to a new location. But bottom line, he's going in the Hall. But how much pressure do you think that he is under here tonight in this one?
Well, what I think is what he's trying to do is stay in the moment and not think about what the future is going to be or that this could actually be it for him. How do you just stay focused, stay right here, right now, because it's tough enough knowing that this is your last game, but add in the fact that it's the Super Bowl as well, and you do want to play really well in what could be your last ball game. It's going to be an interesting deal to watch how he handles everything that's thrown at him.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 3 yards out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And he'll bang that one through. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore Spirit.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Number 20,
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
43-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Melton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the
30.
21-0 our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ravens 21.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to run.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
At the Ravens' 9-yard line.
To throw on second down. Melton got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Adam Troutman there to make the grab. And the Bears cut into that lead.
For the extra point.
That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens will extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the... up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
The 29-yard line.
On 1st down, Greenwood. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Melton. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Marianitis, his 2nd sack of the night. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd and long. Melton. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Listen, now, no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play. Well, the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun. Melton. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Pulled in at the 24. A pretty good punt but a nice 13-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership. Playing that well. 3 touchdown passes. That's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando where So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated. Ready to go for the 2nd half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And it takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the 2nd half.
And everyone always asks about halftime. Offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he whips that incomplete there. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd down at 5. Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Now the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Once again, they run with Mixon. So he got 3 on 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Ball carrier.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that, don't you? You took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 3 yards out, as the Ravens push further out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw a big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake. Melton. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And the Ravens taking the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain there of 21 yards. Boy, offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down. That's the end of the third quarter.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a give to Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, Mixon, a strong running. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A handoff to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Joe Mixon. He was taken down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 8. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Bears 3-yard line.
another try for Mixon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down. Melton, open man is the tight end Troutman. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Again, it's Mixon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's brought them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
1st and 10.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is at the end. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Melton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
That's good.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And it's all over. Just one is left standing. Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
There's my special guy. Ugh. Bring it in. Bring it in. Now, honest opinion? What do you think of the jacket? Bam.
It's,
Huh?
great. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Showtime, kiddo.
What's up, jabroni?
From their early days here as the Heartbreak Kids, to their tumultuous time splitting reps in college, and finally, their illustrious careers in the NFL. I was able to document each moment of their unbelievable tale of friendship, rivalry, and ultimately, brotherhood. And you too can read all about it in my bestseller, All Heart, the Tommy Matthews story, $12.99, online everywhere. All kidding aside, these two men exemplify what it means to be a true legend. Sacrifice, dedication, a willingness to go to battle with the man beside you, but most of all, heart. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my esteemed pleasure to honor these two titans of the game by dedicating them this: the Heartbreak Kids Field. Give it up for the Heartbreak Kids.
Got you, kiddo.